We all know that French Canadians love their hockey, but the French do as well. Here are the Ligue Magnus arenas. Colosseum. When you hear the word Colosseum, you probably think of this decrepit-looking arena in Rome. This Colosseum is ironically home to a club called the Gothics of Amiens. Ironic because Goths and Romans didn't really get along, did they? Anyway, they have themselves a rather nice arena, although it would have been extra nice if there was a little bit of Gothic-inspired architecture on show. But I guess the venue might not have been purpose-built for the Goths. Ice Park. This is the newest arena in the league, having opened 5 years ago now, and the exterior design certainly speaks to that. It zigs and zags in all the right ways. I think the interior does as well, albeit less so. It has a double-tiered layout, which is quite rare for an arena with a capacity of just 3,500. I'm a fan of that though, and the arena as a whole. It's looking pretty clean. Patinoire de la Barre. Wow. It's almost a shame that this is an indoor venue when it's situated in such a beautiful beachside location like this. Because once inside, you could be anywhere. I mean, there are some windows, but they are there to let in light rather than offering a view of the surf. Not to worry though, this place was designed for those that want to watch people slide around on frozen water, and it does a good job of that. Patinoire de Mériadeck. That has got to be one of the coolest looking roofs I've seen. Whoa. Trippy.
Snake cap, baguette. Snake cap, baguette. Snake cap, baguette.
What was that about baguettes? Where were we? The roof, yes. I was going to say that it somehow looks even more spectacular inside. It's not often that the catwalks up there make for a beautiful sight, but these do. Also, I love how the seating layout itself follows the shape of the exterior. I'm impressed they built something so extravagant to host just over 3,000 people. Arena Ice. This too has a rather unique exterior, as well as what appears to be some giant concrete Lego blocks out front.
Lego.
No, shut up.
Lego.
In some ways, this is the home of French hockey, as the French national teams train here, and it's the site of the French Ice Hockey Federation's headquarters, which is probably a big deal for a small city like, however you pronounce this, although it is less than 30 kilometers from the center of Paris. Centre Sportif Richard Bozon. It's one of these, regardless of which, it's situated just a few kilometers away from Montauban, where France, Italy and Switzerland meet every Tuesday for coffee. Unlike the mountain, this arena is very small. Just 1,700 people can come and watch the local team play. However, that's still fairly impressive for a town of less than 9,000 people. That's like one person per family. Alp Arena. They bloody love their apostrophes in this league. But to be fair, this too is situated amongst the Alps, and Alp Arena does roll right off the tongue. The roof is probably my favourite design element here. It's comprised of big wooden arches that rise quite high above the ice. Alp Arena is the oldest venue in the league, having opened in 1961, and I'm glad those original timber beams are still going strong to this day. Patinoire Pôle Sud. If I didn't know any better, I'd assume that Pôle Sud means South Pole, and I don't know any better because it does mean South Pole. I'd assume that's referencing the icy nature of the interior. They obviously couldn't call it Pôle Nord because people would probably think it has something to do with Santa Claus. Having said that, South Pole might deceive people into thinking there are penguins in here, and I don't see it. Oh. There they are. Palais Omnisport Marseille Grand Air. That's an accurate name because it is actually the grandest venue in the league. Everything is done up in that dark shade of grey. The seats, the walls, the beams up top. I reckon that's because dark grey is easy to keep clean. And the people of Marseille are obviously clean freaks. Because whilst the other regions of France have a wine or a cheese variety named after them, Marseille has a type of soap named after them. Patinoire René Froger. This exterior design certainly does a good job blending in with the mountains that overlook the town. And just like the one in Bordeaux, the unique shape is carried over to the interior. The seating is sorta staggered in nature, which matches the roof, which is sorta staggered in nature. The ice is not staggered in nature because that would be dangerous. Patinoire Jean Bouin. Jean Bouin is a name that has been mentioned on the channel plenty of times before, but that's because of this beautiful stadium that's named after Jean as well. Patinoire Jean Bouin is a whole lot smaller, even by this league standards, but one benefit of its minuscule capacity is that on the empty side of the rink they've installed plenty of windows, which not only let in light but spectators get a bit of a view in the daytime. Nothing spectacular, but it beats looking at a wall. Patinoire de l'Île La Croix. This is situated on and named after an island in the middle of the Seine River. The island emerged after the river was dammed back in 1967. Needless to say, the locals were absolutely gobsmacked to find a perfectly functioning ice hockey arena emerge from under the water. Although underwater hockey is a thing, so that's probably what it was there for. It is pretty straightforward in here. Oh, and they only just got this cube video board after a 2021 renovation. And those were the Ligue Magnus arenas. My favourite of the lot has got to be Patinoire de Mériadeck. It's just such a visually striking and unique design. If you're new around here, please consider subscribing. And merci beaucoup for watching. Have a good one.